Events, I call them like fundamental events, like say treasury auctions or QE announcements or earnings reports can sometimes create, I don't know, distortions in price that can give you an opportunity to get involved in whatever the existing trend was. Okay. In other words, where I'm going to treat today as just simple gymnastics related to the habit. Okay. I'm not going to put a whole lot of stock in it and say, crypto's turning over and crashing. So I'm looking at it from the lens of today's an aberration that allows you to get involved in the current trend. All right. So that's like the overarching view. Now, part two, emotions almost never serve you in trading. I know that's a fact. However, in this particular case, Ian is right. This is a special moment. It's a special show. And, even if you got to call your mom and, you need to wish her a happy Mother's Day and also have her talk you through so you have the fortitude to get involved here on the halving related to the volatility, then do it. Because this is an emotional, historic moment for crypto, right? It's either going to hold and turn around and become an alternative asset or alternative money, or our future shows are going to be really short.
And I mean, the fact that we're here, we're pretty optimistic. Obviously, we all could be wrong, but we think our future shows will be even longer.
I
Because,
agree.
I mean, otherwise, why are we here? So I know lots of people have been kind of, I wouldn't say panicking, but just concerned because we all know there's been out there the rumor that, or rather, the fact that buy the rumors, sell the news when it comes to the Bitcoin halving and Bitcoin's price is priced in. Now, as we've mentioned before in our past shows, our models on tokenmetrics.com were bullish leading up until the halving. And then after the halving, they were pretty much neutral and didn't really have a dog in the fight because it was very hard to predict, at least the price prediction models, whether Bitcoin would be bullish or bearish post halving, because the predictions really just showed Bitcoin going sideways. So I'm very intrigued to see what Bill has to say from the TA standpoint, and then also sharing what Token Metrics says right now. Because for anybody who got in, just to kind of give a recap, our models called the dip when Bitcoin dropped below $4,000 in March due to the pandemic, when there was a huge flash crash. I think it was called Black Thursday. Our models, I don't really know anybody else who was very bullish, but our models basically said buy the dip. So our models were bullish below 4,000, and now they've gone all the way up to, it was about 10,000. Now Bitcoin's price is around 9,000, I believe. But I mean, for anybody who got in then, I mean, you've already made money on your trade. So it's already a win. It's already a W. Now it's really just kind of icing on the cake. So Bill, how's the TA for Bitcoin? Could you please pull that up?
All right, sure. I can pull that up right here. All right. So here we're looking at a Bitcoin chart, and I know people sometimes like my colorful charts, and I'm glad to hear that. So what we have is we have right here, we took out one very colorful line. That was sort of the emotional push up through 10,000. Then we came back down, okay, and hit another line around 8,100. Okay. Now, what do I view this as? Simple gymnastics going from one big point to another. 9,600 to 8,600 is like kind of what I think the range is. I would like to see 8,100 to me has to hold, right? The call off the chart would be for consolidation around 8,600. Okay. I don't think this is terrible because if you just look at it, like you said, you started at 4 and you went to 10. The move up to 10 was, frankly, it was very emotional. It was kind of like all in one day. And one thing I forgot to mention, which you see from the chart, is that frequently in bull markets, you just get these sudden drops, right? Everyone's bullish, everyone's excited, and then all of a sudden, boom. All right, so when we look at Ethereum, Ethereum is a little bit of a different animal, okay? Was disappointed that Ethereum did not participate in the rally, Okay, that made me kind of think that what was going on with Bitcoin might have been like a, ramp it up and then dump it for people who needed to sell. We talked about whales paying their bills. In Ether, the bottom line is simple. I want to see 180 hold. This sort of expanding channel that I've redrawn and I'm experimenting with it. I think if 180 does hold, Ethereum's got major upside. But I've got to sort of stay neutral here. I got to wait to see if 180 holds before I would get really bullish. Now, speaking of really bullish, here's something kind of funny that we've talked about last year, but haven't talked about this year. And this is Cosmos versus Bitcoin. Okay? Now, one of the things that I noticed is that right down here, okay, we are seeing like people kind of puking this out relative to Bitcoin. And this is one of the cryptos that we really, really like from a fundamental point of view. Mm-hmm. So Cosmos underperformed on the rally and it's down since. And I'm starting to wonder whether this is the big buying opportunity in Cosmos. So that's it for the charts.
All right. Thank you, Bill. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely actually pretty surprising. Cosmos hasn't really had a good year this year. I mean, I know the co-founder or founder did step down, so I'm not sure if that's really what's causing all of that. But I mean, that's a project we're still all bullish on. So here, just to kind of switch over. So as mentioned before, we have exactly 1 day left until the Bitcoin halving, for those who don't know. So this is bitcoinblockhalf.com. So exactly 1 day and 31 minutes. So basically about 24 hours from now. So we can anticipate, at least for us, Monday, 6 a.m. So, but hopefully this goes faster because our live stream with our audience is at 5:30, I believe. But anyway, so now, thank you for that, Bill. Going on to Token Metrics. So for those who haven't logged in a while, we have made a change on the labels here to make it easier for people to understand. So we've changed short-term trader to just day trader, and we've changed long-term investor to just value investor. So hopefully that's easier for people to decipher. Now looking at the short term, so for any day trader out there, we're still bullish on, so out of all the cryptocurrencies out there, Bitcoin has our highest grade. But if you notice, the monthly TA has switched from being from being bullish or very bullish for the last few weeks to now being neutral. So our models are essentially neutral on Bitcoin right now. They can't really say whether it's bullish or not. It's basically saying whatever position you have, just wait. So if you're long Bitcoin, just wait it out. Or if you're short Bitcoin, wait it out. Wait until we really have a moment of truth. So kind of pulling that up here, as you see here, very neutral on Bitcoin. There are some indicators that are bullish, but for the most part, it's neutral at the moment. Now, if we go to the price prediction models, and reminder, these models are only available, so price predictions are available to people in the investor plan on Token Metrics or higher. So that's investor plan and professional plan. Now, we had some people who were asking us that they were on the hodler plan and didn't have access to this. So price predictions are just purely for the investor plan and above. So here's the accuracy of the models over the last 12 months. So looking at the models here, so the actual price for the last few weeks or so, we'll say that the last 2 weeks was actually above the predicted price. But over here on May 7th, the actual price began to crash. Now, our models have not really obviously picked that up yet. And as usual, this is not any kind of financial or investment advice. This is just purely for research and to help give you an understanding of where the trend is going. So, but prior to this crash here, our models were basically saying Bitcoin could go as high as 12,700 and basically then just go sideways for a while. So if we go down to the Bitcoin halving, so comparing this to last week, the predicted price for Bitcoin on May 12th, last week it was about 11,600. Now it's dropped down to 11,363. So then on the low end, it's saying Bitcoin could go as low as 9,700 or so. And on the high end, which is pretty much unlikely at the moment, Bitcoin can go as high as 13,300. So that's kind of the range we have for Bitcoin. Right now, Bitcoin's price is 8,700. So if we go all the way towards the end of the month, or actually, if we go all the way into June, so basically 1 month from now, it has Bitcoin going as high as 12,300 still. So not quite going to the moon, but I think with the way things are currently, I think it's definitely good. It's definitely positive for Bitcoin, especially considering that, I mean, it's very hard to predict the halving. So with that being said, that's kind of our take on Bitcoin at the moment. Now let's take some questions from the audience.